Hi, hello and welcome. In this video we'll go and see how will you use your Visual Studio Code to connect to your EC2 instance. Now what I mean by that is your files are there in a virtual machine in an EC2 instance, and one way to work on that file is to do a file transfer. So you have to connect to that and do a file transfer. But you may also want to do some development directly, and to do that you'll have to log into an SSH, right? Do an SSH session using the terminal. Now that's not always good, so what you would want is, what if you could use your Visual Studio Code? So here is a Visual Studio Code, you can use this, and what if all the files that you have there are shown here in this code? So to do that, all that you have to do first is, I'm assuming that you have the Visual Studio Code installed. You just open it, and then in your extensions here you should search for the remote SSH, right? This is remote, and search for SSH and look for one by Microsoft, right? So once you do that, you can install it. It should have a remote SSH. Yeah, this is the one. Use this and install it. Use this and you can install this, and now you're ready after the installation. Now the next thing is, you need to connect to the remote system. Now to do that, what you have to do is, you have to press Ctrl Shift P. When you press Ctrl Shift P, you will see this prompt coming up, and there you have to click on remote SSH, add new SSH host. So let's try that. I'll go to this my Visual Studio Code, and I press Ctrl Shift P. I'm doing this on Mac, so you have to check that for your own environment, for your own Windows system. So and there you should search for remote SSH, and you have to add the new host. Once it is added, you can connect. You don't have to do that every time. This is the one-time thing to connect to a host, and there you have to give the username. You have to give the username at the IP, right? So let me have the username at IP and press enter. Now you will get a prompt to select the SSH configuration to update. You just do that and the host gets added. You will be asked to provide the PEMP file, okay? Because I've configured it already, you will be asked to use a different key pair and provide them to the SSH private key. It could be the PEMP file or the PPK file. Try both, and any of them should work. Generally for Mac it is PEMP file, or for if you're on Windows it works with PPK. So your Linux server is there, so you can use the PPK file and connect there. Now once connected, you need to open the Visual Studio Code to open a new instance of the video, okay? So once that happens, all that you have to do is, you have to go ahead and in my Visual Studio, yeah, this is my Visual Studio. Here I would go ahead and press Ctrl Shift P. There it is, and it comes up, and now you can say connect. So your host is already there, you just connect it, right? It opens a new window. You see that my previous one is gone. I have a new window, and in this window I am in the new file system. If I click here, it will ask me to open the folder. All that you have to do is click here, or you can go to your previous recent one that you have done. If I click folder, you see it shows me my SSH there, my files there in my home. So if I just say home, and there you see all my files are listed here. So all the files that I have on my remote system are listed here. So you can just say okay, trust, and now you can start working on the local files. You can just edit, save, and there is a latency. It is not as quick as it is in your hard disk. There is a latency to transfer the file to the remote, but then that is ignorable considering the convenience that you get to work on a Visual Studio Code and directly connect it to the virtual machine. Thank you.